Welcome to Useful Thoughts. Today's episode is called The Art of Saying No to People. Do you find it hard to say no? You probably do, because otherwise you wouldn't have clicked this video. Are you tired of feeling obligated to say yes to anything and everyone? Well, then you need to learn the art of saying no. Saying no to someone is something you need to do with confidence and in a way that keeps the relationship healthy, no matter if it's a friendship, if it's families, or if it's an intimate relationship, or it's people at work. You want to be able to say no and keep the relationship healthy. And that's the tough thing about it. It is important to establish healthy boundaries and prioritize what you actually want to do. Because every action that you take in life should be meaningful for you. Only that way you will create a good karma. Saying no is essential for self-care and well-being, because if you do something you don't want to do simply because you couldn't say no, you make yourself a victim. You also don't want to be a people pleaser because other people will take advantage of it. If you are someone who says yes to everything and anyone, you will be the one who has to do all the work the others don't want to do. So set your boundaries. You need to recognize when you are overextending yourself. Every person has his or her limits, and every person has his or her means and wants and needs. So make sure that every time you say yes, you actually feel like doing so. And if you feel like saying no, then do it with confidence and in a friendly way. Of course, some people are afraid to say no, especially at work. How could you deny a request of your boss? So you need to find a way to say no to your boss when the boss is asking you for a task you don't want to perform because you are not capable of doing so, because you are too exhausted to perform the task, or there isn't enough time, or whatever. In this case, explain to your boss that you're sorry, but you cannot fulfill the request because of this and this and this. A good boss will understand. Also, some people are afraid if they decline too many requests, people will start to not like them. But this is not necessarily true. I mean, if you don't do anything for other people, people probably will not like you. But if you deny requests that don't match with your idea of life or of yourself, of your capability, then this is okay, because that way you're being authentic and this is who you are. There is things you do and things you don't do, and you make that clear. This is setting boundaries. This is recognizing yourself and also self-respect. And even if you have the fear of disappointing others, I mean, would you rather disappoint yourself? Don't do that. So the act of saying no is actually a form of self-respect. And this is why it is important to perform saying no. You could develop some effective no phrases. Think about it the other way around. Think about you are the person who asks another person for something and the other person says no. What would you like to hear? Would you like to hear a no, or would you like to hear a 10-minute explanation of why this is not working for the other person? No. What you want to hear is a short but precise answer, and if it's no, it's no. So when you're the one who says no, use a clear and concise language to communicate your boundaries. It's not that hard. You could also try to offer some alternatives. You say, I can't do that, or I don't want to do that, but how about that? Also, you can explain your limits, your boundaries, your limitations. Explain why you don't want to do something or why you can't do something. If you do that in an authentic way, you can remain a positive relationship. So that way you won't jeopardize friendships or professional connections. Even your boss has a heart and is a person. You know what I mean? We're all just humans. And because we are humans, we need to show some empathy. And you can actually demonstrate empathy at the same time while you deny a request. You can say, no, I can't do that, but I'm feeling with you. I actually understand why you want me to do that. But there's another person who could do that much better, or I cannot help you this week, but maybe next, or something like this. Or you tell the person about an episode of your life where you have been in a similar situation and had a similar request that was denied because of similar reasons. That way you're showing empathy. So once you have learned to say no, this will actually empower you because you are prioritizing yourself and your needs, and that way you have more time for yourself and your life will feel more meaningful. This will raise your energy level and your level of self-respect, and that way boost your confidence. And the more you say no with confidence, the lower your stress level will become, because you will learn to say no and you will know that you are a person who can say no, which is a good thing. And trust me, once you are able to set your boundaries and say no, you will live a healthier life. And you will also find yourself, because if you set your boundaries, you experience your true self, which is inside these boundaries. And that's it for today. If you want to see me again, you can subscribe to the channel. You can also support me by buying me a coffee. The link to do so is in the description. And here are some other videos you could watch and some playlists and so on. And that's it. And as always, no.